everyone, it's me Eleanor, and today I'm not in my garden, I'm in our community garden. So I've been working here this morning and I just wanted to show you all what I've been doing. The garden's looking really lovely, so I'm quite pleased with it. I think because we worked hard over the winter to really keep it in a good condition, that's paid off, because although we haven't been here for a few weeks, everything's looking really well. So I'm going to turn the camera around and show you what I've been doing today. So as we come through the gates, you can see here's our bear's garden, and all of our flowers are just doing so well. Anybody who helped plant the tulips, these are really stunning. You can see there, these frilly edged varieties blowing in the breeze, and we've got lots of pink and white campion that's come up. Yeah, I'm really happy with that bed. Okay, let's move around now to our broad bean bed. It's a little bit dry. Could do with a bit more rain and a bit more compost on that when I get time. But if you have a look at the flowers, and then here is actually some of our first broad beans growing. If you just look, can you see this? This is the little tiny broad bean just growing. So from this whole bed full, I'm pretty hopeful we're going to have a good crop of broad beans. When I get a chance, I'll top that up with a bit of compost and water. Over to the cherry tree, that's flowering nicely. Actually, some of it has finished and the cherries are just starting here to swell up. Let's carry on to the next bed. We're going to go past the apple tree, which is looking well. And here's our strawberry bed. The fennel is coming back really nicely, so if anyone's passing, you could just come and pick some of these fronds. They're just really delicious, added at the end of cooking or even just to chew on. Just a beautiful green colour and lovely aniseed flavour. The strawberries are flowering like crazy. There's so many of them coming, so I think we should have a good crop of strawberries. And the job I've been doing today is I've dug over this little bed at the side. I've added some compost. I've put up a net and I've sown, you might recognise them, these are the sweet peas that I've been showing you that I hardened off at home. So those are all in the ground now, ready to climb up the fence. So let's hope they stay wet enough and we can have a good crop of those. Here's our Warwickshire drooper plum, looking very well. Our Babington's leek is doing fantastic. It's actually formed 3 separate leeks now. And you can just come and pick the tops of these to add to cooking. Use like you would leek or spring onion. Yep, so that bed's looking nice. So this is the next bed. Bed number 3 is the main one I've been working on today. So the soil in here was very dried out, you might remember. So I've added lots and lots of compost. The chives, it looks so much better. The chives are now flowering. And we've also got some buckler leaf sorrel and some rainbow chard that has survived. So what I've done in here is I've put out those lettuces that we had at home that I've shown you. They're a little bit leggy, but I'm hopeful they might pick up. And then I've sown a row of peas along this side next to the chives, a little bit of rocket there. And I've sown, I'm about to cover up, you can see the seeds over there. Some more peas, some sugar snap peas. Look at the colour of this ruby chard, so lovely and pink in the sunshine. Those are ready to pick if anyone comes to the garden. And the rocket is in flower. You can eat the flowers as well as the leaves. So to sow peas, remember we can sow peas from March to June. I've dug a long trench, I hope you can see, and then the peas are just sown in there now. So when I finish talking to you, I'm going to cover those up and label them and maybe find a few sticks. So our last bed again is a bit dry. We really need some more rain for this bed. The African kale is doing very well. It's actually flowering, which is quite unusual, and some seeds are coming, so we need to keep an eye on those and save them. The birds have still been pecking at the top of them, but there's plenty of that to pick. And our peas that we sowed, our overwinter peas, some of those have started to flower now. And the garlic is actually looking good. It's not looking too dried out. Yeah, I'm pleased with that. Here's our pear tree in the step over style. Okay, onto the meadow. This has grown really, really well. It's grown loads since I was last here. We were going to sow a lot more in this spring, but with the situation that we're in, we haven't managed to do that. We did a little bit before we broke up. So you can see now there's campion, cleavers, plantain, dock. Oh, there's so much in there. So the cleavers, the plant you probably know as sticky weed or sticky willy, this one, the one that when you throw it at each other it sticks to your clothes. This is a fantastic spring tonic. It's great for your lymphatic system. So if you're passing or you see some of this somewhere else, do pick some and make tea with it, or even put it in cold water with a bit of lemon, leave it overnight and drink it in the morning. It's actually delicious, really good for you. The same with the nettles. We've got, let's go back to the nettles. We've got a fantastic patch of nettles up here. You can be picking the tops of these spring nettles now for a fantastic source of iron, vitamin A, vitamin C, lots of trace minerals. And plantain, plenty of that about too. Let's find a good patch. We did actually dig out a little bit of it. Here's a bit. This one, ribwort plantain, brilliant antihistamine. Start making into oil for bites and stings, or tea for hay fever. You can always tell it from these long ridges along the, like train tracks along the leaf. Okay, onto the mint bed. The strawberry mint's coming back. It's all starting to come back a little bit slower than I'd have liked, but it's getting there. There's our chocolate mint coming back, looking quite good. Now the herb beds are looking fantastic. We did a lot of work to tidy them up and I think that's paid off. So look at these beautiful calendula and thyme and lavender. The echinacea's coming back. There's our soapwort. You might need soapwort if you run out of washing powder or soap for washing things. Come and make some with that. Our sweet Sicily is already in flower. Delicious. Yep, there's so much along here. And all the marjorams have grown into these fabulous sort of pillows. Self-heal, curry plants. I'll just whiz along these because there's so many. Another wort. St John's wort. We can collect some oil from the flowers soon. Make some oil. Okay. So there we are. And there's the back of the garden. We're back to the beginning. It's really looking lovely. So I'd encourage you to come and have a look if you get a chance. Or if not, I'll just keep sending these videos so you can remember our garden. Okay, bye everyone.